Everyone loves clothes, and everyone loves clothes at an affordable price range. I mean, that's logical. Who wouldn't? You could get these gray sweatpants from Shein at the price of $18.49 when other companies sell basically the same item for 3 times the price. Hi, my name is Darren, the media creator of Group 19, and we are presenting SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production.
With our priorities being to highlight the effects of fast fashion and also giving you something to think about before actually buying. Shein is an online clothing retailer that provides the user tons of clothing options at an affordable price range. Although Shein isn't the only retailer that provides low-cost clothing for people, companies such as Boohooman offers the consumer the same deals of low-price clothes, with Forever 21 following that trend alongside many more, making the industry popular in today's world. In 2021, the market size within the industry was at $91 billion in USD, with predictions for 2027 being $184 billion USD, with China being the largest producer within the industry, producing about 60% of overall production, and the United States being one of the biggest consumers within the industry, taking up 40% of consumption. But the question is, how are these companies able to sell such pieces at a low price? Without realizing the production costs put into the merchandise the producers sell to you. Polyester is a low-cost material fiber that is often used in the fast fashion industry, which is also one of the reasons these retailers are able to sell at such low pricing. On top of that, many workers within the industry are being paid well below minimum wage within their country, which this adds on to the low pricing factor. When doing research, I came across an article published by Fashion Drive which states that workers in Shein factories on average earn between 6,000 to 10,000 yen per month, or about 800 to 1,000 in USD. Following that, the article states that the living wage in China is about 6,000 yen, leaving workers to work up to 75 hours a week just for overtime pay with very little days off. So within this industry that has a steady incline in the sales market, the workers aren't getting paid enough to live normal lives without working excessive amount of hours. And to add on to all that, the company Shein faced allegations on forced child labor back in 2023, which the company faced heavy backlash for, going as far as changing the policies within the company. In response to this all, Shein stated that both cases were resolved swiftly with remediation steps, which they followed up with that statement by terminating any children that were working in the factories at the time. So now you're probably wondering, how does all this create such a negative global impact? Well, a part of it plays in the material used to produce these clothing items for the consumers. Mentioned earlier in the video, polyester is a fiber that many fast fashion industrial plants use to make their clothing pieces. Polyester is a non-biodegradable fiber that contains microplastics. And with the fast fashion industry sitting on a steady incline, production for polyester would also increase, which benefits the industry but harms our environment. And that's due to the fact when producing polyester, it leaves a significant carbon footprint, promoting climate change, which is also at an all-time high right now. Mentioned earlier in the video, polyester holds and contains microplastics, and when you wash these clothing pieces that is mainly from polyester, the microplastics are released from these clothing pieces, ending up in the ocean, affecting our oceanic wildlife, which is devastating considering around 35% of primary microplastic pollution lays in the ocean. Now, that isn't the only way this industry can affect our environment in such a negative way. There's many articles around that can prove that also. Due to polyester being non-biodegradable, it could take years for the product to break down. As a result, landfills start to fill up with this fiber, causing methane to be released into the soil of our planet. While 15% of the textile is being recycled, majority, 66%, is either incinerated or sent to these landfills, with both of them not being pretty numbers. Not only that, the fast fashion industry is responsible for up to 4% of global greenhouse emissions, which produce 2.1 billion tons of carbon dioxide each year, contributing to global warming. And to add the icing on top of all of that, the production of the textile uses massive amounts of water and energy, releasing toxic chemicals into the water streams, such as dye, which creates a huge problem for the future of our globe and for us as people, with the possibility of all of this entering the food system due to oceanic life being affected by it. I also want to mention that polyethylene terephthalate is a plastic used to produce these clothing items, which is derived from petroleum, a type of oil. Now knowing facts about fast fashion and what it brings to our environment, how can we bring awareness to all of this? The point of the creation of this video is to draw attention to the negative effects fast fashion has on our globe and how we could find solutions for these issues, possibly hindering them. Which step one in that process is by having an understanding of what's happening from an inside view within the industry. Which the target audience for this discussion is the general public, but with the shot going towards the fast fashion industry and what it brings to our globe, with the goal being to ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns within the industry. To the individuals within the general audience must understand that substantially reducing waste generation is essential. We could do this by acting on the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. That thank you bag you got from Trader Joe's, save it, keep it, use it for a different purpose. I am sure we all heard that it's the little things that matters before. This concept can apply to our environment too. As a whole, through prevention, reduction, recycling, and reuse, by 2030, we could make a difference within our globe. The next action we could take in fighting the negative effects and spreading awareness of the fast fashion industry is forming a community. Community events bringing people around a local area together is a perfect way we could spread information about the negative effects that's being presented by the industry. Some ideas that would be at such event are clothing swap stands. This idea has the same concept as thrift stores, so it's pretty simple. Instead of throwing your clothing away, sell them to others. Not only is it helping the environment, it's helping others within your community. Education is also a factor that must be presented to individuals that attend the event, mainly because the only way to spread awareness is by serving knowledge. Streaming documentaries about global warming and fast fashion, presenting statistics, rounds of trivia, while also advocating on a global scale for transparent supply chain and ethical production standards could all help gain understanding about the negative effects. But we also need to keep children educated as well. As an alternative, we could provide games with rewards. The concept of a matchmaking game could benefit the education of children with recycling at least. Simple storytelling alongside education from parents will help them understand later when they get older. This gives everyone a chance throughout all ages an opportunity to learn. SDG 12 wants to ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. This video isn't to stop you from buying from these companies, but to give you something to think about before actually buying.